brings up the Sunny Day. Thank you. He doesn't Terra either. You're dead. You're about to get knocked back into the 10th dimension. Because I got speed now, so I outspeed the Metagross. Goodbye. Goodbye. What a crazy turn one. You're out of here. Goodbye. Not even bad. Really nice turn one. What is up, everybody? Back with some more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Regulation F VGC Wi-Fi battles. With the Indigo disc, we actually got a bunch of the starters back, one of them actually being EMBOAR. This is a team around EMBOAR, which I think is really cool with the Choice Banded Reckless. Reckless allows you to actually do extra damage with any move that actually has recoil, so it has a really solid attack stat and really solid stats. A little bit slow with a speed that's in the 60s, but it has a really solid attack stat, and with a Choice Band, this thing's going to hit like a truck. So, this is a team by Huge Wolfer, or Will. Also, this team does not have a Poke Paste, so, like, going forward as well, there's been a lot of people asking me to put the Poke Paste to a lot of these teams I feature in the description. The reason why I haven't been doing it is because I don't use a lot of the teams on Showdown. I just test them in-game beforehand, but a lot of people like the Poke Paste, so... that you guys, some of you guys don't actually have the cartridges, or they don't actually play online, like on Wi-Fi that often, mainly just on Showdown a lot more. So going forward, starting with this video, unfortunately this team doesn't have a Poke Paste, but like going forward, I will put the Poke Paste to any team I feature in the description down below, including my own teams like I've been doing. So apart from that, you guys seem to like teams around starters, so I'm trying to feature a lot of the teams around starters. If you guys like those type of videos, let me know. If you guys don't, or you guys want to find some other stuff, let me know as well. But you guys want to see me feature going forward. But I'm going to kind of quickly go through this team, and then we're going to hop in some games. EMBOAR with the Choice Band, with the Flare Blitz, Wild Charge, Close Combat, and the Terra Normal Double Edge. Could be kind of cool. I don't really know how that's actually going to do, because, I mean, I guess you don't get walled by the Rock type, since you're probably Fighting type. So I don't know. We'll see how that does. Kind of weird Terra Normal with the Double Edge. I think Terra Fire would just be a lot better with the Flare Blitz, but we'll see how that goes. I got the Light Clay, I can't talk. Grimmsnarl with the double screens, Parting Shot, Spirit Break, just kind of a really standard set. AV Metagross, kind of more of a standard set with the Terra Steel. Terra Ghost, Tornadus with Tailwind, Sunny Day, so that's kind of your Sunny Day setter, and the Tailwind Mon for your speed control on this team. Walking Wake with the Life Orb, which I'm really kind of excited to use. I don't really know about the Terra Steel, because the Terra Steel makes you weak to stuff like Gouging Fire and also other Walking Wakes, because you're also weak to Flamethrower, you Terra Steel, which is kind of weird. So we're going to see how the Terra Steel does. I don't know if I really agree with that, at least in the team preview. I think Terra Water, or like Fairy, I think is a lot better right now. Then you got the Brute Bonnet, which is kind of cool. I don't know if we're gonna see if the Brute Bonnet does more than the Amoonguss. I think Amoonguss overall would be a little bit better on this team, but we're gonna see how the Brute Bonnet does. Has the booster energy and has the Terra Fire. It pretty much does the same thing as Amoonguss does, but it gets a little bit more better offensive move pool, at least physically. So it gets stuff like Sucker Punch and Seed Bomb, which are both on this build. Also has the Rage Power, which maybe like at least for one turn to try to redirect some attacks. With the Dark typing, you're also weak to Flutter Mane and a bunch of other stuff, so I don't know if it's really going to be as good as Amoonguss, but we're going to find out and see how it does. Without further ado, we'll hop into some games with this team. Alright, we're here with the game. Opponent has the top tier Sweat on his team. He has the Dragonite, or not the Dragonite, the Chien-Pao Entei combo, alongside like your standard shit around Walking Wake, so... Whimsicott, Flutter, Walking Wake, and Metagross. This is going to be a really tough game. Really, really tough match. This team has a really bad Fairy weakness as well. I just kind of noticed that you don't really have much apart from like the Metagross to really deal with the Fairy types, which kind of sucks. I guess Terra Steel on the Walking Wake makes sense in that aspect, but I think Terra Water would be a little bit better still. We'll find out how it goes. What do I think he brings here? I think he brings Dragonite and Chien-Pao lead. I think that's what he brings here. Actually, I think bring EMBOAR. I think EMBOAR lead is actually solid here. I'll bring EMBOAR lead, and then I'll bring Tornadus. I mean, the Tornadus, though, it just gets one-shotted, though. That's kind of the problem, but I'll bring the Tornadus here lead. EMBOAR Tornadus lead. Could be pretty good here. I'll bring the Walking Wake in the back. And then The Brute Bonnet does nothing here. The Brute Bonnet gets destroyed by everything. I think I'll bring Metagross in the back as well here. The Brute Bonnet just gets destroyed by every single thing on the enemy team. Apart from the Metagross, and even then they usually run coverage for Dark types sometimes, so I think they get Break and Hammer Arm and a few other things. You guys like the videos? Leave a like, subscribe, share the video. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all the support on the videos recently. It means so much, and I'm gonna keep on trying to bring you guys daily uploads. So Elite Metagross Whimsicott, that's kind of unique. That's actually really good for us though, because he's forced to Terra here. I think he's probably Terra Dragon, but we're gonna see how it goes. I'm Choice Band or Flare Blitz. Like, you're still gonna not want to eat this, bud. It's like he leads with Metagross too. Like, what does he have in the back if he brings Metagross? I'm assuming probably Walking Wake and Flutter. I'm assuming that's probably what he has in the back. But he's not going to want to eat a Banded Flare Blitz here at all. I think I just still this Terra. I actually just go for the Flare Blitz on this turn. Part of me just wants to go for a Bleak Windstorm here as well. But I'm going to try to get my Tailwind up. We might just mirror Tailwind here. If he gets Sun up, that's great for me because then I hit even harder. It's not really a bad lead for us. It just depends on what he has in the back, which I think he has the Flutter Mane and probably the Walking Wake if I were to guess. I'm surprised they never brought the Chiyu or the Entei, or at least I think so. I don't think that's what he has, but at least as a lead, I think that would have been really good versus me, versus a lot of stuff on my team. He brings up the Sunny Day, thank you. He doesn't Terra either, you're dead. You're about to get knocked back into the 10th dimension. Like, because I got speed now, so I outspeed the Metagross. Goodbye. Goodbye, what a crazy turn one. You're out of here. Goodbye. Not even bad. Really nice turn one. Thanks for the free sun. I really appreciate the sun. That helped me. So now he's in a kind of a bad spot because, like, the sun is up and I'm also banded. I mean, he doesn't know I'm banded, but he does have Walking Wake, so that kind of sucks. But I think what he does here on this next turn just goes for Tailwind. I don't know if I have Taunt on this Tornadus. I don't think I do. I'm going to Flare Blitz the Whimsicott and get that thing out of here. I don't have Taunt, unfortunately, on here. Kind of wish I had Taunt, but like this thing has 4 move slot syndrome, so you're kind of screwed. Or whatever you really want to run. Especially if you're running Sun, you got to run the Sun with this type of team. I mean, I can go for a Bleak Windstorm here. I don't know if it'll actually kill the Walking Wake here, but he's forced to Tailwind. I think the Whimsicott takes a shit ton of damage either way. I think he's... Oh, he's actually going to go for Tornadus. Okay. I live that. That's fine by me. That's perfect. Okay. He's Life Orbed. It's fine. I think actually a Flare Blitz in the Sun would maybe actually even kill the Walking Wake because in the Sun being banded, like, that's crazy damage. Plus the Reckless boost. We're doing really good. This match is going way better than I thought it was going to go. Just depends on his last mon, which I think is Flutter Mane. Oh, it's actually Entei. So he brought the Entei solo without the Chien-Pao. That's really interesting. I mean, it makes sense because he has the Sun up. So I guess technically it does make sense. I think he doesn't outspeed the Tornadus, though. So, like, what he's forced to do here is he's forced to go after Tornadus. I can actually Protect as well, which will work really well here. I'm going to go for the Flare Blitz into the Walking Wake. I'm curious to see how much damage he'll actually do. I mean, actually it's 4 times resist, so I'm going to see how much damage it does into the Entei. Because I forgot it's part Dragon type, so technically it's 4 times resisted, but we'll see how much it does into the Entei here, and then I'm going to Protect on this turn. Okay, he goes for the Tornadus. That's good. That's good. As long as he doubles into the Tornadus, or if I can live a move here. He has Stomping Tantrum. I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. I was hoping he would double into the Tornadus there. I mean, the good thing is, though, I have my own Walking Wake here, which I can go out into. I don't know if this one's speed boost or if this is a special attack one. It's a special attack one, so it's going to be a speed tie here, actually. It is going to be a speed tie on whoever actually outspeeds. He might actually just Protect on this turn as well. It's going to be a speed tie. It's going to be... Actually, I'll Protect on this turn. I'll Protect here. How many turns of Tailwind does he have left? He has 2 turns. I have 1 turn of Tailwind, so if I can live 1 more turn somehow, then I can get my Tailwind back up. And I'll have Tailwind longer than he does. But I'm just gonna Bleak Windstorm here for damage. He's gonna Terra. I'm assuming he's probably Terra Water. Oh, he's actually gonna Terra the Entei. Terra Normal, so you're gonna go for Terra Normal E-Speed. He's not banded though, so that's good to know. He's probably Assault Vest then, if that's the case. Draco Meteor, okay, that's good. Stomping, he might actually be banded though. He might actually be banded because he's not targeting the Tornadus. So I get a free move off here if I can actually land it. I don't land it on the thing I needed it on, so that sucks. But I can get my Tailwind up for free here. I think he's banded Entei, which kind of sucks because I have the Metagross in the back, which is not Terra, like a Terra Dragon or a defensive Terra. It's just Terra Steel, which kind of sucks. And I don't really want to Terra Steel here either. I mean, I can do it to dodge the Dragon move here, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter that much. Because if he goes for Stomping Tantrum, I think a banded Stomping Tantrum one-shots me, so... I don't know, I'm going to drop a Draco here, and then I'm going to try to get my Tailwind back up again. We'll see who wins the speed tie here. See who wins the speed tie. So he's going to get rid of the Tornadus. That's best case scenario here. That's best case. Because I can make this a 1v2, and if I can make it a 1v2, I think I can actually maybe win. Because his Tailwind runs out pretty soon. Get rid of the Walking Wake. See how much a banded Stomping Tantrum does. It's not Stab. That's a 2-hit KO. It's going to be a roll. If he gets a low roll, I can maybe live. And now they don't have Tailwind anymore, so I outspeed him. I don't know if the Metagross will outspeed him, though. We'll find out here. I don't know how much speed this Metagross actually has. That's kind of weird. I've never seen that. Why does the Metagross floating? That's kind of weird. I'm just going to drop a Draco here. I'm going to drop a Draco. Let's see how much speed this thing has. I'm curious what the EV spread is on this thing. It doesn't have any speed, but I don't know if I should actually just Terra Steel here. I don't know. The Terra Steel just doesn't do much for me, apart from, I guess, maybe Bullet Punch, which I think I'm going to try to do here. And I think he's going to target down the Metagross here because I'm already at -2 on the Walking Wake, plus I have a chance to miss Draco. So if I were him, I'd just target down the Metagross, because I think banded Stomping Tantrum probably has a chance to one-shot me. See how much a Terra Steel Bullet Punch is going to do. That doesn't do nearly enough. Doesn't matter, though. Doesn't matter. We outspeed and we land the Draco, so that's fine. Man, we actually won this game, and I'm really surprised because my opponent's team was really sweaty. In the team preview, I did not expect to win this match at all, so we played really well, and we ended up winning. That turn 1 was great, though. The turn 1 where he stayed in and he actually chose Sunny Day over Tailwind there. That cost him the Metagross, and that was a huge, huge turn. EMBOAR actually put in work, too, for the first match, so not even bad. I'll see you guys in another game. Alright, we're here with another match. Another Sun team, it looks like. Or at least a Tailwind team. My one is the Fluttermane, Ogerpon, Rock form, kind of unique. Whimsicott, another Metagross, Landorus T, and then double Intimidate here, so with the Incineroar. So I don't know what I actually want to bring here. I don't know if I actually bring the EMBOAR to this game. It just kind of gets intimidated to death by a lot of shit on his team. Like, that's the main problem. He's probably, just judging by his team, he's probably running Scarf Landorus. His team is kind of in the middle speed ranges apart from, like, the Fluttermane. So he's probably Scarf Lando. I don't know what I do here. I'm gonna bring the Metagross. I think Metagross is a solid lead here. I just wish this Metagross was a defensive Terra. Because I think the Terra Steel and this being a defensive Terra would have been so much better. It's just, the Terra Steel just doesn't really do much. It's good for Bullet Punch and like to boost your damage, but I think you're better off running a defensive Terra on Metagross most of the time. Because it has really good stats, it can do it plenty of damage to begin with. I think it has 135 attack, which is really solid. I think I lead Metagross here. Metagross, Tornadus, I bring the Walking Wake in the back. I don't know, I guess I can try to bring the EMBOAR. It's just not the greatest here, but we'll see how it goes. I don't really want to bring the Brute on it because it gets destroyed by half his team. Gets one-shotted. If he's Terra Flying Landers, he gets one-shotted probably. Same with the Flutter Mane, he gets probably one-shotted, so it doesn't really do much for me. If you guys are enjoying the video, leave a like. Really helps me out and helps out the channel. Lets me know you guys are enjoying the videos, and so I keep on making videos for you guys. So he leads with Whimsicott, Ogerpon. That actually ain't too bad for me. That's, I mean, I guess it's not the worst, but it's not the best either, because he can hit the Tornadus for super effective damage here. I'm gonna go for the Meteor Mash here and see how that goes. He might Spiky Shield to just get his Tailwind up here, which I wouldn't be surprised. But at the same time, like, I outspeed him, but if I don't go for Tailwind here, then he outspeeds me, so I'm kind of in a bad spot here. I'm gonna Tailwind though. We're gonna find out. He's not going for any attack. Oh, he's going for Moonblast. That does a, yo, it's because it's crit. Does a shit ton of damage. I outspeed Ogerpon. How do I outspeed you? How do I outspeed this? Oh, because of the Tailwind. That's why. I didn't think I was even going to outspeed under Tailwind, though. He must be running, like, min speed. Because I'm like, I outspeed under Tailwind. That's really surprising. That's why it surprised me so much. I'll go into EMBOAR here. EMBOAR ain't too bad. I'm assuming in the back, if he brought Ogerpon and Whimsicott here, I'm assuming in the back he probably has either Landorus or Incineroar, and I'm assuming he probably brought Flutter Mane. I don't think he brought Metagross here. Well, fine. I'm hoping he actually does have Metagross though, because we can pair into it pretty well. He's running Intimidate though. I can Bullet Punch here, which I think I'm gonna do. He's probably gonna Spiky Shield, but like at the same time, I can just one-shot the Whimsicott here. He's gonna Spiky Shield, that's fine. Tailwind, okay. Bullet Punch, I'm gonna take some chip damage, whatever. If you're Sash, you're dead. Or if you're not, he is so Sash, okay. And I think I just get rid of Ogerpon here on this next turn. I think because that's mainly a bigger threat to me. I'm gonna Bullet Punch the Ogerpon. If he goes out into the Incineroar, I'm gonna be in a really bad spot here though. I think that's what he might do. He might actually keep the Ogerpon around, just go into Incineroar or the Landorus to get Intimidate off. I'm banned at Flare Blitz, so I'm just gonna click Flare Blitz again. I think he's gonna go for probably Moonblast here, or if he has Protect, he'll go for Protect. Quick Attack Ogerpon, new meta. I've never seen that. That's a new one. Endeavor. Oh, so I kill myself with Recoil. Do I actually take Recoil though? I'm assuming I do. So that's only 1 health. Alright, do I take 1 damage? I do. Wow. I mean, technically though, I traded 2 for 1 there, so that ain't too bad. So now that it's back to being an even match. Just depends on whatever his last 2 mons are. Oh, he did bring Metagross. That ain't bad. That ain't too bad. And he has Incineroar, so that sucks. And he can Intimidate the Walking Wake, that's fine. He's gonna fake out here. I think what I do here actually is I actually Terra Steel. I'm gonna Terra Steel, that way I'm not weak to dark type moves. I think he's just gonna fake out the Walking Wake on this turn though. I think that's what he's gonna try to do. I have Stomping Tantrum. Maybe a Stomping Tantrum will do a decent amount to the Metagross. I think he wins here though. Like if he's Weakness Policy Metagross, he can maybe win here. And then I'm gonna Protect, predicting a fake out on this turn. I wish this thing had a different Terra, though. I think if I had Terra Dragon here, that would have been really good, or even like Terra Fairy would have been a little bit better. Like, not versus the Metagross, but like just in general as like a defensive Terra. Okay, he goes for Fake Out. That's perfect. That's perfect. Just don't be Weakness Policy Metagross, and then I'll have a perfect turn. That's not even a 2-hit KO. That's bad. Oh, we both have Stomping Tantrum. It's a Stomping Tantrum for the ages, y'all. Oh, my Tailwind's gone. That sucks. So he actually outspeeds me here. I think what he does, he just doubles into the Metagross on this turn. He's going to double into the Metagross. I think with a Hydro Steam, I don't think I actually kill the Incineroar here. He's probably going to have his Citrus Berry proc. He outspeeds me now because of the Tailwind. And he gets a higher roll. That's bad. So now it's a 2v1. Comes down if I can actually... He actually outspeeds me because of the Tailwind. I think without a Life Orb here, I actually don't kill him. Yeah, he gets his berry back. I don't know what else he has for me though, because I don't know. I mean, I guess at this range, I don't think I can actually kill the Metagross either. So the Metagross probably just bullet punches me to death, because I can't actually kill the Metagross. He probably has Psychic Fangs or Zen Headbutt, which kills me from this range, so that's fine. I think I just Hydro Steam here, and then hopefully I live one move from the Metagross. I think the Metagross actually wins him the game here, unfortunately. I think if I had a defensive Terra, or a different Terra on the Walking Wake here, like Terra Water would have been a million times better here as well. If I was Terra Water, I think I maybe would have won the game. He has Bullet Punch for 100% here, so I lose. Yeah, I lose. That sucks. I don't know about the Terra Steel Walking Wake. I think the Terra Steel Walking Wake's not what this team really needs. I think if it was Terra Water there, I think I would have won the game. Because then I wouldn't have been forced to Terra the Metagross. I would have for 100% Terra the Walking Wake for this match. Just mainly because the Terra Steel didn't do anything for the Walking Wake, so I was like, okay, well, might as well get rid of the Dark weakness on the Metagross in case he doesn't have a dark move. Which is kind of stupid because Incineroar always carries knockoff no matter what now, so I didn't really do much anyways, but still. On to the next match. Alright, we're here with another game. Another Walking Wake Sun team. That is 3 in a row. That is legit 3 in a row today. Holy shit. My opponent has the Walking Wake, Iron Crown, Indeedee, Incineroar, Whimsicott, and Urshifu. So this is going to be one of those fun games. It's going to be a real fun one today. I don't know, funny enough, I think I actually bring the Brute Bonnet here, but I don't know if I actually lead with it. It's okay into his team. It just mainly for the Psy Spam garbage that he wants to try to do. But I don't know if he actually even does that. Because I think if he just brings Weather, I think Sun's a lot better versus me. I think what I do here, I'm going to bring Tornadus again. I think Tornadus is solid here. I'll bring Tornadus. I don't know what else I actually bring with as a lead, though. I'll bring Tornadus. I'll bring Metagross here. Could be pretty good. I'll bring the Walking Wake in the back again. I don't know. It comes down to EMBOAR or Brute Bonnet here. I don't know which one I'll actually do more. I think the Brute Bonnet. If he brings Psy Spam, it'll do a decent amount, but we'll see if he actually does, because I think Sun's just way better versus me. But if he does bring Psy Spam, then the Brute Bonnet can maybe do something. If he's not like a Terra Fairy Indeedee, that is. So she leaves Incineroar and Whimsicott. That actually ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. Clear body so I don't get intimidated. That's great. Could be worse though, because I think he's just going to try to go for Fake Out on this turn. And I can't protect the Metagross here, unfortunately, because I think he's going to try to Fake Out the Tornadus. I can't protect this because I'm AV, but I can go for Meteor Mash, and hopefully that does enough to bring him down to Focus Sash. And hopefully I don't get one-shotted by a knockoff, probably. Okay, he fakes out, that's good. That's perfect. Tailwind, that's fine. If I can bring him down to Sash here, I can get a kill this next turn. He is Sash, okay. I get an attack boost, that's huge. That's great. I'm gonna get my Tailwind up this turn for sure now, and then I'm just gonna Bullet Punch here. 100% he's going to go after the Metagross right now, though. He's going to go for knockoff here, and I think I might end up getting one-shotted. If I don't get one-shotted, it's going to bring me down really low to the point where I don't think I'll actually be able to use it much longer. Or at least it'll probably get revenge killed on the way in when he sends out probably the Walking Wake or whatever else he has. Liking the Metagross, though. I think Metagross right now is a really solid mon. It's... A lot more people are starting to pick it up, and I think it's really, really solid. Just mainly because of the clear body and has really solid stats, really good typing. Really solid move pool. Has a lot of good stuff going for it. A lot of really solid builds. He actually switches, and that doesn't do anything. That's bad. Flare Blitz, I'm getting one-shotted. Goodbye. I live. I live. Don't know how I live. I don't know. I mean, I'll Bleak Wind Storm here. I'm going to try to go for Bleak Wind Storm. And I think I'm just kind of forced to go for Bullet Punch because I get outsped by everything here. Which kind of sucks. So I'm just going to try to Bullet Punch into the Incineroar here. Of course the Walking Wake dodges. That's the one thing I need damage on the most. Get rid of it. I guess Citrus again. Every single Incineroar, every single one is Citrus Berry. I think I've only seen maybe a handful that... I've seen one that was Life Orb, and I've seen one or two other ones that were like leftovers. But apart from that, like 99.9% are Citrus Berry. Fucking lame. Lame-ass, fucking lazy-ass builds, but that's what Incineroar is, I guess. Get intimidated. Now he's going to go try to set up the sun. That's what he's going to try to do here. I mean, I can go into Brute Bonnet if I really want to, but I don't really want to go into Walking Wake because I think the Walking Wake's good versus the Incineroar, so I don't really want to take in damage. Get the booster energy. I get a +1 boost, but in the sun, I think a Flamethrower probably one-shots the Brute Bonnet anyways, so I don't think it matters that much. And if I Terra Fire, then he just one-shots me with Hydro Steam the next turn anyways, so I don't even think it pays wasting my Terra. I think I just go for Bleak Wind Storm here and just try to get rid of the Whimsicott and get some chip damage on the Walking Wake here. If he doesn't somehow attack me and one-shot me, then I'm going to try to go for Spore. He's probably Life Orb too. So I get rid of the Whimsicott at the very least. I get a Speed Drop. That's pretty solid. So that guarantees that my Walking Wake will outspeed his. Spore! Oh wow, I outspeed. How do I outspeed him? I know I have Tailwind up, but like even at -1, like Brute Bonnet's speed is really fucking slow. That's huge. I didn't expect to outspeed him. I thought I'd just be getting one-shotted by a Flamethrower. Well, that turns the game around. That's huge. He can go for fake out here too. Like now he lowers my attack, but it doesn't really matter. Like he's forced to fake something out here, but he's still going to be taking damage, so it's fine. I just mainly need damage on stuff. Like I'm not really even worried about the Incineroar because I have Walking Wake in the back. So I'm just going to start going for Seed Bomb here and getting damage. He's going to fake out the Brute Bonnet so I don't put him to sleep. That's what he... I mean, I guess I'd make that play too. That makes the most sense. Flinch. He stays asleep. That's great.
I forgot that he never had 3
That's why I outsped him. That's why I outsped him. There's gonna be somebody in the comments. Oh, that's what blah 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 blah. Why you outsped him on this specific turn? Blah blah blah. I realize why I did now. I thought he had Tailwind up as well, but I forgot his Tailwind ran out like a few turns before, and he only had the stun up. So that's why I outsped the Walking Wake under Tailwind. That's why. I'm gonna Tailwind here again though. I'm gonna Tailwind again, and then I'm just gonna Seed Bomb. I think I'm gonna get knocked back into the 5th dimension by a Flare Blitz here, but that's fine. I just need damage. It did a lot of work to begin with, so he actually wakes up here, and I'm dead. Goodbye, I'm dead. I mean, I guess technically I could have went for Terra Fire there, but it just doesn't do anything for me, just mainly because, like, yeah, I'll live a Flamethrower and possibly a Flare Blitz on one turn, but the next turn, like, if I don't kill him on the next turn, then I still get one-shotted by a Water-type move, and he has a Urshifu, so that does nothing for me either, so that's even worse. Good thing is, though, the sun is up, so, like, water moves ain't gonna be doing shit to me. And like I just Bleak Wind Storm again. I don't know what he does for that. I don't know, do I even go for does a Hydro Steam actually kill him from this range though? I don't want to go for Hydro Steam and then have him live. I guess that's what I'm forced to do here though. I think with as long as I land the Bleak Wind Storm, I should be able to take him out. It should do enough damage. And him having Urshifu in the back is pretty good as well because I can just keep spamming the sun and get the sun up so he doesn't do as much damage to me. I got Terra Ghost on the Tornadus too if I really want to try to dodge a fighting move. I outspeed him because he's also slower because of the speed drop. It barely misses the KO. I gotta land this Bleak Wind Storm though. Okay, I landed. That's perfect. That is perfect. A close combat just one-shots me, that's banded damage. That is choice banded or Urshifu. That is banded. Oh, he's Life Orb. Never mind. That's why I did so much damage. I thought that was banded damage. That's about the same thing, though. So pretty much what he does here, like, I still have Terra Ghost. I can make a crazy play here. I can go for Terra Ghost. Terra Ghost, Bleak Wind Storm. You know, we're about to make a crazy play, so he can't fake me out. YOLO. I don't know how much that's going to really do to me, though, because, like, he can still hit me with a knockoff on the next turn. And I'm at -2 special attacks, so, I don't even know if it'll actually kill him with 2 Bleak Wind Storms. That's if I land it both times too, like there's a high chance I miss. He's gonna Terra now. What do you Terra Water? He's Terra Water, that way he doesn't get hit by super effective damage, so I think I actually lose. I think I lose now, y'all. Unless I dodge a fake out close combat on this turn, then that's the only way I think I'm still in the match. See how much damage this does. That is a solid amount of damage though. A solid amount. Ice Punch. I live that. And he's Life Orb too, I forgot about that actually. So what's going to happen here is if he's going to go for Aqua Jet, I have to be able to live an Aqua Jet here. I have to be able to live an Aqua Jet, and oh, he actually doesn't have Aqua Jet. I missed, though, so I lose. I miss, so I lose. I'm dead. I think the Ice Punch kills me here. Oh, Surging Strikes, actually, yeah, I'm dead. Gotta love losing a game because you miss. That's always the fucking greatest shit ever. Make all the plays with the Terra Ghost play to dodge the fake out and the possible close combat, and we get fucked by the miss. That is so fucking aggravating. I'm done. I'm done. And he actually dies too, so because of the life orb. But technically, I don't know, I consider it a draw, because he doesn't have anything standing on the other side of the field. It's gonna say that I lost, but I don't know, I consider that a draw. Fuck the miss. We made all the plays. I'm gonna consider that a win. Fuck what the game says. We played our ass off. That miss that cost us the match there, technically, but if we didn't miss, we would have won. Whatever. I don't know how many games I'm going to throw in this video for you guys, but if I don't throw another one into the video, let's just talk a little bit about this team, because I do have a lot of critiques with this team that I want to talk about. Alright, as for this team, I do think this team is fun. Like, this team is really fun to use, but I feel like there's a few, like, major things that could be fixed with this team. The first thing I would change is the Terra Normal on the EMBOAR. I don't know, like, I did like a few testing games with this team before I even started recording some of them for you guys. Every single game that I did bring the EMBOAR, even like in the testing games, I think like 2 out of the 3 games I tried to bring it, like, I never even used the Terra Normal at all. I would rather have like Terra Fire. I think Terra Fire would have been way better to have. I think maybe the reason why it's Terra Normal is to dodge Flutter Main as well, so the Flutter Main can't hit you with a super, or like a Moon Blast to do a shit ton of damage, and it can't hit you with Shadow Ball. But even then, like, you one-shot the Flutter Main anyways, so even if they don't kill you with a Moon Blast, you one-shot them in return most of the time. And I'm pretty sure you can take 1 Moon Blast because you have decent bulk, so unless they're like full-on booster, special attack, max special attack Flutter Main, or like Specs Flutter Main. But I think, like, most of the builds that are currently being ran right now, you should be able to at least take a Dazzling Gleam or a Moon Blast. So that's like my first critique with this team. I would rather have Terra Fire on the EMBOAR. I think that'd be a million times better. The other thing too is I would actually change the Terra on the Metagross. I don't know why it's Terra Steel. Like, I understand maybe it's just for the boosted damage for the Bullet Punch and the Meteor Mash, but I think a defensive Terra on the Metagross, like a Terra Steel or a Terra Fairy or something else, would have been way better on this thing, because I feel like most times I wanted to Terra the Metagross, the Steel Terra just didn't do much for me at all. And even with like the damage boost I got from the Terra Steel for like the Bullet Punch, it ended up not really mattering all that much. So, and then like the only other thing is the Terra Steel on the Walking Wake. I would probably change that to like Terra Water. The Terra Steel, all that really does is it makes you weak to other opposing Walking Wake, and also makes you weak to stuff like Gouging Fire and stuff like Urshifu. Urshifu normally can't really touch you, like, I think a close combat, unless they're like, I guess unless they're like Life Orbs, but if they're like Scarf close combat or like Mystic Water, a close combat doesn't do shit to you, and you usually end up living 1. So like, and then they usually don't go for Surging Strikes, because that's 4 times resisted on you. So like, going for Terra Steel like doesn't make much sense versus a lot of stuff. I feel like most of the time I wanted to Terra the Walking Wake, I was rather wanting Terra Water, and then the Terra Steel just didn't do much for me, so I never even bothered going for Terra on that thing. So, and then last but not least, I think the Brute Mon. I think if you really want to use like a similar Mon, I would just swap that out for a Mungus. I think the Brute Mon it's a cool concept, but like having the Dark typing is just really holding this team back, especially when you also already have another Dark type on this team, which is the Grimmsnarl, which kind of does a similar thing to the Amoonguss. It doesn't have Spore or anything, but it's also kind of the similar support type Mon. It's there to get up screens and that type of thing, and Parting Shot around. I feel like if you want something that does similar, like, just pick Amoonguss. Its typing is way better, and it just does way more. And if you really want to, you run like Pollen Puff and a bunch of other move options. That would be a lot better for this team. I feel like the Brute Bond, at least for like I think I brought like maybe twice as well through like all my games. And the 2 times I did bring it, the first game, at least in the testing matches I did, didn't really do much. And the only in the other game, it got a spore and some damage off, but apart from that, it didn't really do much. So I would have just threw a Mungus on this team. I think that would have been a million times better, or just something else entirely, like a Rillaboom or something else, like more of a supportive grass type would have been better. Apart from that, though, I like the team. I didn't really bring the Grimmsnarl that much. I think I only brought it maybe like 1 or 2 games, but a lot of the teams I was going against were like Sun teams with like Flutter Mane and a bunch of other shit that would just knock the Grimmsnarl into the 5th dimension. So I didn't really want to bring it because it would probably get one shot at turn 1, even behind the screen most of the time. So that's kind of the problem I had. At least I think I just got unlucky with the matchmaking and the teams I ended up going against, but I don't think it's bad on this team. Apart from that, though, the Walking Wake put in work for what it was, and then the Tornado is probably the MVP, at least for what I played most of the time. The Tornado put a shit ton of work in. The EMBOAR had a few star-studded games, did pretty good in a few matches. Overall, though, like I think this team needs a little bit of work, but it's not bad at all. It's more of a fun team, and if that's what it was going for, like if you're building a fun team, that's completely fine. For a fun team, it's solid. If you're not going to be winning like any championships or anything, but like that's not really what it's for. Just mainly to have fun and it's a team around EMBOAR, so can't really expect too much. And if you want to make EMBOAR work, it's a decent team to try to make EMBOAR work. So if you guys want a fun team, support the creator, rental code up in the corner. Like I said at the start of the video too, this team does not have a copy paste, but for future teams going forward that I do feature, I will include the Poke pastes down below so you guys can use it on Showdown and that type of thing going forward if they do have one. So apart from that, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, share the video, and I'll see you guys with a bunch more stuff on the way. Peace out, everybody.